I think that California is very well equipped for any kind of a disaster situation. You know, after having had all the earthquakes and the floods and the mudslides and all of the things that we have had, and the droughts and so on. But the great thing about this movie is that it does not focus in on like kind of just the mass, but it focuses in on one individual and what that one individual goes through and what this one family goes through and this one relationship between father and daughter. And there's this really extraordinary scene in the film, one of my favorite scenes, when my daughter comes down. It's pretty much an end when she's supposed to be in quarantine and she's really dangerous. She has already, gone out and hunted for animals. She has already caught a fox nearby the farm and bitten that fox to shred and sucked his blood out and all this stuff. So we've seen her go through some really weird changes, and so I'm sleeping basically with my shotgun. And that's what the interesting thing is here. But because usually I confront the enemy and huge armies and have huge battles and wipe everyone out. And here you have this one little girl that is like, 16, 17 years old. And, and I'm worried. I'm sleeping with my shotgun because she could at any given time during the night, come and sneak up on me and bite me and kill me or infect me with the virus. And so that's the fear that I live under. And she, of course, lives under the fear that she's going to kill her father. So, and then eventually you see that scene where she opens up the door and you see her feet, close-ups of her feet, walking down the steps and coming close, and I'm asleep. And she comes very close with the face to my neck. And she reaches over, she's going to bite me. And she pauses, and she looks at me, and then she kisses my forehead, and she walks away, and she because it's the scene where she shows the amount of love that she has for her father, that even though her instinct says bite, but her love was stronger, and then she turned away and walked upstairs in her room. And we don't want to give away the ending of the movie, but it's a very, very powerful scene. So it's a lot about the love between a father and a daughter, the love I have for her, and I don't know what to do about the fact that they suggest two things: to use the shot to kill her or to use the shotgun. And how do you do that as a father? How do you kill your daughter? It's a crazy choice to have. And for her, it's she knows that I want to protect her. So she says to herself, obviously, I got to protect him from myself, from me. And so she's working on that and trying to figure that out. So it's that drama that you see, especially towards the end of the movie. I just loved acting out those scenes and acting out this drama, because I've never really had a chance, because when you do action movies, whenever it gets to a scene that you do with another person, they spend very little time on that, because they say, all right, we have 45 minutes to shoot this scene, and then we're going to go and blow up some buildings in the back, and we've set it all up, and for that we're going to do the next 2 days. So for the acting scene, you have like 45 minutes, and for the blowing up the buildings, you have 2 days. So it's always like, the priorities are different in an action movie than you have in a dramatic movie. And so here in a dramatic movie, you spend from morning to night just to act out and to figure out how to craft those scenes, how do you choreograph it, how do you stage it, and how do you make it really work. And so this is why I think it's so important when you have a director that has a very clear vision that can guide you through those scenes.